Hi, hello, this is Kazrisk, and right now you're watching a Let's Play here on youtube.com/kazrisk. I am one of your hosts, friends, people, players, gamers, and Nintendo enthusiasts, PlayStation Nation, Xbox, PC, elitist, Kazrisk, and I'm joined by the illustrious, the blue, the king of pop, lover, snap, crackle, pop, dancing magician. I don't know where I got the magician. Oh no! Zakrisk, my brother. And today we're gonna be playing The Legend of Zelda, the original, where it all began, where Zelda dressed up in his green and went to save the king, Robin.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually have a blog over on ig.com/blog/kazrisk about the idea of maybe Zelda being a girl.
Yeah.
Because we see her origin here, and I always kind of wondered, you know. I always play as Kazdan. I don't know if he has anything done, and so just to start fresh from the beginning, we'll make a new name.
Are you gonna name them Kazdan, perhaps?
No.
Are you gonna go Kazrisk this time? Maybe for your channel, or
maybe.
how about Zelda?
Wait, oops. How do we go back? Oh, oops.
His real name there.
Oh wait.
Yeah, that's.
I don't know the controls. I don't know how to. There we go. All
right.
So we have our hero. Oh man. S. People ask what his name is, and he just kind of goes. Just slithers like a snake.
More of a hiss than a name.
Yeah, but it's fine. First thing off the bat, I think I should probably go in here.
Yeah.
Cool. I haven't beat this game. I haven't played too much about it. You beat it, right?
No, I haven't beaten it. I've gotten to Dungeon 6.
Okay. Cool.
Almost to the end. I got stuck on a part, and I was confused by even the walkthrough trying to help me. And I looked over the overworld map, and I couldn't find what I needed, and I just gave up after a little bit, but one day.
Yeah.
I did get really far in it, though. And this is supposed to be like a forest or something that you're in right now? Or are those all supposed to be forests? They look almost like
Cactus.
Yeah, or the Mario
Bricks.
No, like the backdrops in
Oh,
Mario
yeah.
levels, kind of with the eyes almost, or how those look. But right now, basically, your kind of goal is to just gather some money.
Yeah, it's dangerous to go alone. Iconic saying and beginning first line in a video game. Just that old man.
I mean, you can just go straight into the first dungeon, but it's smarter. I think most people try to gather some rupees and go up to one of the shops and get an upgrade.
Yeah, I know there's an old lady somewhere. I played it just far enough. I never, like I said, I don't think I even went to the first dungeon.
You're about to die. There you go.
Yeah, cool. I just wanted to show people that are watching at home what the death scene looks like. So that'd be nice for them to see that, just so you can get like a little taste of every part of the game.
Right.
But as I was saying, I think when I played it, I went to this old lady, and she was like, "Give me 50 rupees, and I'll tell you a secret." And then I went and it took me hours to say what 50 rupees,
Right.
and I went and gave them to her, and she was like, "The secret is, I stole all your money," and then she left, and I was like, "What? Did they seriously just do that? There's no way to get it back." And I was so upset. I'm like, that was all my money. I worked so hard on that. Buy something, will ya? Can I kill him? Steal
Now,
him?
I think what you might be saving up for is either
I want the candle.
shield or the candle. Yeah.
I want the candle so I can burn a bush.
It's been a while. Yeah, you don't really need to burn the bush in this Let's Play because it's just a heart piece.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I just knew that was a big secret. I think Robin Williams shared that.
Did he?
Huh?
Robin Williams did?
Yeah, he was like, I remember playing Zelda and it was just so crazy because you could do this, this, and that, and then you get a candle and you can burn a bush and there's a door down there and it's just you keep going.
Yeah.
Like he loved it. Named his daughter Zelda. Zelda, if you're watching this, tweet at us at kazrisk, at zakrisk, and just say, "Hey, really enjoy this woman."
Not saying anything?
I thought she said something. Oh.
How about we see if we can get to the first dungeon and just take it on with nothing, without saving up anything.
Where is it?
So I think if you go north,
they knocked me in there. That wasn't me. That wasn't my choosing. They cornered me. They put me in the alleyway, and they just.
And then if you take a right.
Take a right up here.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. I want that rupee and that heart. Oh, you see those quick moves? I'm pretty proficient with Link because I main him in Super Smash Brothers.
They're very similar.
Yeah. See, that was his forward smash right there.
Okay, cross over here and go up north again.
Okay.
And then what you're going to want to do is go right, of course. It's your really only option at this point.
Can't get in the water yet.
And then you're going to go north.
Man, I just can't imagine how anyone would just...
And I think you're going to go right again, I think. I'm kind of lost there here for a second.
Should I go left or right here?
Okay, now go north. I think we're almost at the first dungeon now. It's right on. Oh.
I got time. I got money.
And there's the bridge to the first dungeon.
Oh, they're all attacking me.
And
there it is.
The Deku tree.
Is that the Deku tree?
I'm not sure.
Oh.
Looks kind of like the Deku tree.
I don't have a key.
And now here we are in the first dungeon.
Look at all these evil Magikarps. Now this dungeon layout looks very familiar. Like that they bring this style back a lot. Link obviously adapts, gets pink hair, gets a lot more detail, but this dungeon layout, like as far as like just I got a key. Seems like the style doesn't change too much. I recently played Oracle of Seasons, and like it looks almost exactly like this.
Yeah.
Oh, that nice stutter there.
Which I think that's really cool, is that they've kept this style in the handheld Zelda games.
And what's cool, I mean, is that Nintendo has kept everything from these classics. I mean, Mario still has Goombas when you play the 3D ones. We still have the skeletons in the modern Zelda games. There's still the Deku shrubs that attack. You know, I mean, they've been able to keep a lot of it. Yeah. And even the guys that like come out of the ground and spin, like those were in Ocarina of Time, and were insane when they like initially come out and it's like filling up the sky.
Yeah.
Like that's what it would have looked like in for Link's perspective. Darn it! I dropped the whole thing where I was calling him Zelda the whole time. The jig is up. I realize he's Link, not a freaking idiot. As I try to stab aimlessly in the night to get this bat killed. You guys didn't even give me anything. That's all for naught.
Yeah, that's pretty lame.
But I was gonna say earlier.
It's your compass.
How in the world would anyone know what's going on? Like, imagine the first person that picked up this game. They're like, "What? Where do I go?" Like, there's nothing to tell you what's happening.
That's how I was when I first played this game.
But we have the internet. I mean,
well,
even if
back then, it wasn't as easy to look it up on the internet, I guess.
Oh yeah, but, like I thought you meant like when you picked it up recently.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
recently it was a lot easier with the
internet. I mean, well, at that point, it's not really necessarily about like skill or anything. It's just following the instructions. Huh. What's interesting though, I mean, there's, as far as I know, maybe there's a few more text bubbles in the latter half of the game, but I don't think there's too much story going on here either. It's just kind of Princess taken by Ganondorf, go save her, reunite the Triforce, hurrah. Did I get a key from them? Oh, I have 2 keys. I could have opened this a while ago. Where did I get the first key? Do you just always have a key on you? I don't even know. I was gonna say though, it's interesting to see. I'm one of the people that really loves to study Zelda lore. When that timeline came out with Hyrule Historia, I freaked out because it's just like finally a timeline. I studied it. I have a Majora's Mask theory, conspiracy theory on my blog. And I'll put all the links in the description below. I also have just a discussion on Zelda that got a lot of controversy. I'm kind of basing on that joke I shared earlier. So I really like dissecting the Zelda franchise. Because I think it has a lot of depth to it, even though I wouldn't be surprised if Nintendo just isn't really caring. Like, if they just kind of just wing it, you know? And I'm kind of just grasping at straws when I think of this stuff. But it's really cool to see all the amount of depth in that, and this one just kind of just doesn't really
have that. I still need to redeem it, though. When I got my Wind Waker HD
that's true.
review, it came with
It's a very good read.
It's a digital.
Yeah, you gotta watch out for the spoilers because it has.
Right.
In passing, you can just even see some concept art that will spoil stuff. Oh shoot! Oh shoot! Oh, I got a boomerang from
Wow.
my forward special, my side special, my boomerang.
Another key.
Oh, Michael Jackson!
Yeah.
Michael Jackson!
Oh, whoa.
3 of them.
And here's the final boss. Wow, cool. Only you're kind of weak.
Yeah.
But
Is the boomerang not hurt him?
I think you have to hit him with the sword.
Because it's the bane of
I think it has
evils.
to be the top of the head.
Yeah. Oh. Alright, here, we'll let you try for a little bit. Try the dungeon, see if you can go at him. And we'll call it a day. I was gonna say, though, the Legend of Zelda franchise overall has a... As I was talking about the lore, it does have a lot of interesting... Like, it's a very unique franchise. I don't think people give it enough credit for that. It's kind of criticized for being... Link is a blank slate. He doesn't talk at all. He's just a hero. It's the same thing rehashed over and over again. You go, you save the princess. Just like Mario, it has no story. But there's a surprising, like when you talk to the characters, when you study the world, when you realize how the timelines intermingle with each other, and how there's just like this continuity to it all, but also a sense of just kind of tradition in it all. And I mean, just there is kind of a poetic nature about it. And so it's kind of cool to see how they did a lot with not too much of an origin for him, you know. But slowly through the years, they've kind of pieced all together. And now Link is someone that has, I think, a tremendous amount of character to him, or at least like the Zelda franchise as a whole does. Interesting little tidbit that he started off as a Christian there. He has the cross on the shield, but then they kind of went with the more trinity of the Triforce. Just kind of how they adapt to certain things like that to kind of appeal to the West and Japan and all sorts of stuff. But there's like even imagery of Link bowing before a crucifix and stuff, and kind of the early concept art of these games in the show. The unfortunate thing about all that, though, as I'm kind of talking about how they have so much depth and variety being added to Zelda, you also have things like the Zelda CDI. Was that what it was? That was like just a monstrosity. Excuse me, princess.
Right.
Just not, I mean, just like the most ridiculous. Oh man, you cheesed him hard. Well, dang. All right, Mr. Zelda Pro. And there we go, the Triforce.
Nice.
It's the whole Triforce? Is that like one whole piece?
I think it's, yeah, just one piece.
Dang. Just so easily obtainable. It's just lying around.
Yeah.
I just want to think, I mean...
Awesome.
Well, cool. We'll wander around a little bit, but I think I'm going to go ahead and close this out. I think that's all you really need to see. No reason to drag it on. We've had fun.
The Legend of Zelda. The first one.
The very first one. Crazy how he becomes the Link we know and love.
And it's really fun. Like, when I first played it, I kind of thought it was kind of lame. But,
yeah, I mean...
you kind of get that, like, it looks old. And
that's a good thing to discuss. Do you think for the kids watching out there, for those born after the year 2000, that to them this is an ugly game, there's no nostalgia to it, they just want to play the new hip modern Zeldas with motion controls and side quests? Do you think this is worth going... Like, I think Super Mario Brothers is undoubtedly worth going back to. The platforming mechanics stay true. They haven't... Like, the platforming side of it hasn't aged at all. It's still very fun.
Right.
While this can be, like, debated, like, oh, this is not nearly as well designed or something, or it's a little too open, too confusing, too hard. And do you think it's worth going back and, like, spending the money on the virtual console to get it? I think it's relatively cheap, but you would say yes?
I would say if you're a Zelda fan and you really love Zelda, for sure. If you're just jumping in, I don't think it's the...
Definitely not the place to start.
Yeah, it shouldn't be the place to start. I think that probably A Link to the Past is basically this game, only a lot better and more evolved and mature. But you could say, I guess, the same thing about Super Mario World being
true,
more evolved and mature. But I think that
I would say
Super Mario Bros. Is one that you, like, undoubtedly have to go back and face. And this one is challenging. It's pretty hard. It's a lot of fun. I think it's more than meets the eye. And if you're up for a challenge and you love Zelda, then it's definitely a must play, a must try at least. Maybe not complete it, but try to get far in there, use a walkthrough maybe, and just try the challenge of it and relive Zelda's origins. Because it's not the best Zelda game. It's
because that's the difference between that and like Super Mario Brothers as well. Well, this isn't the best Zelda game. Super Mario Bros. Is one of the best Mario games. Yeah. And so it's kind of interesting that like that's not just for the sake of nostalgia and going back to kind of check out the origin. That's just to thoroughly enjoy and play. While this, if you're looking for like a fun, relaxing game to sit down and kind of like meander around, I wouldn't choose this. But like if you're someone that, like as Zach was saying, is like a diehard Zelda fan and just want to appreciate the culture of it, check out the origins and see where it all started, that's where you go back. But if you're just like if you want like a really, really fun game,
there's some fun puzzles in it and stuff. That it does have basically all the classic Zelda elements that you look for. So
yeah, so do with that as you will. I think that's enough talking for you to kind of get a grasp on whether or not you should go pick it up if you haven't picked it up already. But there's other games that we play. We play lots of games. I play lots of games. People play lots of games, and you can find videos of that here on youtube.com/kazrisk. We just wrapped up a Super Mario Brothers series that led up to Super Mario Maker. We did some Kirby. We're doing some Zelda. We'll do some more Zelda. We'll do some more Kirby. There's not really a set series for a while and for the foreseeable future. We just really wanted to embrace that Mario thing coming up. There's lots of highlight archived footage from my Twitch channel, which is twitch.tv/kazrisk, where I play games live, including maybe I'll do a live stream of The Legend of Zelda. Maybe I'll do a 24-hour live stream through all these classic Virtual Console games. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I've already done it. Who knows when I'll do it. But I kind of want to do that. I think that sounds really fun and could get me a lot of Twitch followers, which I want because I just want to be famous and take over the world and then make it so no one has to do any other job besides video game design, and we all just play a bunch of new original games that are really fun, and we don't have to worry about things like movies or gasoline because we're not driving anywhere because we're all just sitting inside playing games, and that's just what we all do. Yeah. So if you want a future like that, then be sure to subscribe, like, favorite, retweet, share, tattoo the link of this video onto your arm, so when people are like, hey, what's that tattoo? You're going to be like, oh, it's a really cool YouTube video that I enjoyed. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's all good, valid points. Yeah, I can't argue with any logic there, and so we're gonna go ahead and let you go, so you can carry on with your day. So you can go buy The Legend of Zelda. Maybe, if not this one, I would say to start with The Legend of Zelda. If you want to start with an overworld 2D Zelda, definitely A Link to the Past is where you start. If you want to start with a 3D Zelda, Ocarina of Time. Yep, we agree. Agree. Yeah. Cool. In case we don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. We'll be back with more Let's Plays tomorrow and forever. Bye. Bye.
Bye now.
Oh, that was good. What's your name? Oh.